Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out today in a long bit of Onward action. I know it's spruced few and far between, if you will, but you know, some maps go quick, some maps take a while, and so sometimes those intermissions can take a bit for every team to finish their map, and then finally here we are in round number 4. And if you're here, thanks, we appreciate you, but I think you're really going to probably want to direct your attention over to Master League 1, where the group decider is going to be Dead Logic versus ALG. That's going to be exciting. A little sad we're missing that, but we still do have what is going to be some pretty good action here. OJC versus Riot on Q1. Radar, I've been talking this whole time.
Yeah, I mean, you have. Q1, I'm sorry, but Q1, I'm so glad to see this map finally today. I mean, I don't know if any other teams have played it, but I'm super happy to see OJC and Riot playing it. All I've seen today is Subway and Suburbia. And I really, Quarantine is the most interesting map to me at the moment. New meta is still being developed, as we keep hearing every time we hear the match. You know, every time this match gets casted. It's just great to see the nice little plays, different tactics, different styles, so that people are dreaming up for it. Different approaches you would not even considered, nooks and crannies, etc. And we're seeing two great teams exemplifying that in this match, hopefully.
Yeah.
So, as sad as I am that we aren't seeing Dead Logic versus ALG, we're still in for a treat here between OGC and Riot.
Oh yeah, gonna be fun specking this Q1 map. I'm looking forward to it, and I know you guys have been seeing a lot of the ads, and if you are still here, thank you, but you are also been listening to one this whole time. I've been using the HyperX mic for this entire broadcast, the RGB tap to mute functionality, everything. I could do the ad at this point right here for you. The shockproof mount, it's all in. It's nice, frankly. I really enjoy this mic. It's as good, if not better, than the one I was using before. So very happy to have such a high quality mic from HyperX and have it looks. I like being. I can match my VRML jersey. And come on.
Nice. And can I say I've never been more attracted to you right now. You sound amazing. You sound amazing.
That's what I'm really after. You've come down to the core of it.
As we go into round 1, OJC versus Riot in the 4th series. I guess for the runner-up, not even for the runner-up position, I take that back, but for the runner-up match, I suppose. But anyway, I see that. Go ahead.
I don't know how to feel. I don't know. I guess you're just playing competitive Onward at this point. You know, right? Your season essentially done. Yeah, you know, you're not moving on. The winner of that next series is going to be the winner, and so I expect maybe some interesting plays to come out here, but at the same time, Riot seems to be locked in.
Right, and also, so every and Loxin get a team kill from Reef of Madness on Silver NightFiree there. So every match, you know, against a decent team is practice, is a chance to try stuff out, you know, and I don't mean just experimentally. You're trying out, you tried and tested tactics even. How does this fare up against a different play style? So I respect both these teams. I think they're both going to take it seriously, despite the fact they're not playing for the position anymore.
Yeah, it's a hard shift to make, but it's that immediate shift to, okay, well, let's prep for next season. Let's make sure that, some teams like to take a break. Some teams don't. Some teams like to keep playing, keep scrimming all through that off season. And, there's always time to work and get better. And like we were saying, these teams don't often get a chance to face off against each other because of the rank disparity or because of their EU and NA. You don't always get these matchups, and so you also got to take the opportunity to play against someone that you don't normally get to play against.
Oh yeah, and get everything out of it you can. I mean, I wish I'd briefed the teams before they started. Hey, it doesn't matter if you lose all of your games today. Just get out of it as much as you can. Learn as much as you can.
Yeah, improve, become better, and it's a constant. Choice you have to be making to get better at this game because the top teams are always improving, it seems.
Yeah, but we're seeing the most delightful thing about this season, despite all of the challenges it's faced, has been seeing new blood enter that top 7 bracket, top 10 bracket.
Absolutely. I mean, shoot, ALG is competing for that Group A, win right now.
As is Dead Logic, who are even lower. Dead Logic, I think, are like 20th. Ranked in the world right now, and they're fighting for that 8th spot. and fighting with gusto, one might say. But anyway, focusing back on this match, OJC, a man up at the moment thanks to a team kill. We can see Japan, Reefer Madness coming in now, NepNep and Japan picking up 2 kills almost in the same heartbeat. Reefer Madness getting that refrag though. It's a 4 versus 2 situation with OJC on the manpower advantage.
Reefer is rotating here. Might catch NepNep completely in the open. No, he's not ready at all for that rotation, and NepNep able to find that refrag. And
I honestly don't think either of them were. Like, if I'd seen either of them in real life, I think I would have seen a shocked look on both the faces. Like, but NepNep just quicker on the uptake.
We had face capture technology. We could see it in game.
That's the next stage, my friend. That's the next stage.
Need to be seeing everyone's reactions to their kills. Can you imagine when you die, it saves the face that you died on, and it's some sort of angry. You know, everyone's dying with angry faces.
Oh, I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Unseen's work cut out here. NepNep finds him, and it taking OJC taking round 1. Riot's defense getting literally cut to shreds by the Japanese community team.
OJC is good, man. They are a team that just barely missed their opportunity to come out of this round robin stage.
Yep.
It's
brothers in arms. I would have loved to have seen them face off against ALG or Dead Logic.
Yep.
But alas, it was not to be, my friend.
No, it was not. It's the volatility of the Challenger Cup definitely in play. You know, it's that constantly. The unknown is always there, and I would definitely say OJC were not expecting a loss to Brothers in Arms. You know, you looked at how well ALG did against them too. It's a surprise. It's again a hats off to Brothers in Arms. They did good against ALG. You know, we have to think about how many rounds came close. You know.
Yeah. It certainly wasn't completely one-sided.
Yeah.
Brothers in Arms put up a great fight, and obviously they showed a lot of pedigree in defeating OJC 5-1.
Yeah.
That said, I don't know. I mean, the volatility, as you said, of the Challenger Cup, I love and both hate, because, you know, there's been plenty of times in boss fight where we've lost the first map. We've lost the first map, and then we've won the rest of the other 2 maps quite easily. Now, if that's this tournament, we're out. You know, you lose 1 map, that's it. You're out.
Yeah,
there's no redeeming yourself. Well, I mean, you're out if other teams don't lose matches, because you can get to a situation where everyone is 3-1, right?
Yep.
It just hasn't happened today.
Yeah, I think. Actually, I'm thinking about this. I don't know if the 3-1 is possible off of 4 rounds. I think you have to do 5. I don't know I'm no mathematician. Believe me, I can sometimes barely count the rounds that we're on. So, you know, I'm not one to listen to.
When you sound that good, when you sound as good as you do right now, you can say whatever the hell you want, and you'll get away with it.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to explore that possibility. We want to keep.
Shame. As we go into round 2, let's see if OJC's defense is able to withstand Riot's attack, as we saw OJC attack, destroying Riot's defense. Unseen and Xander being receiving shots as they cross the North Road, but surviving to tell the tale. However, there is someone covering the South Road. Misses Xandria and Unseen, though, as they now transition into the South.
He knew it was coming too, and he's a little upset he missed it. NepNep is up next, as Black trades with Sweet Bean on the North. And NepNep is set up and ready for any kind of eventual rotation here.
There are still 2 Riot players in the North. The trade, not obvious. Well, no, I mean, they can see the dead body, I assume, so the North is relatively open. The confirmation shots come out unnecessarily, which leaves Shinzu JP in the West Alley to hold off against 2 Riot's players who may not even go into the West Alley.
Yeah, NepNep took some early shots, wasn't feeling good about his positioning, tried to rotate off, and Zan catches some rounds over the top of the crates. NepNep is down, but can call out info, and Riot have a 4-3 advantage right now moving into this objective.
It's really odd to see Riot transitioned in the open. We knew that 2 of them made it into the South, and yet OJC's reaction to that didn't seem proportionate. They had a guy in the back warehouse rather than in the actual ambulance building on the stairs, where it's very easy to cover those. So wow, Shinzu getting that ambush on Reefer Madness and Silver NightFiree. Didn't even have to move. They just gave those kills on a plate to Shinzu as he wipes out the north attack.
When you come in from this, used to be your money spot if you were a Marstock. To come in from the west was easy peasy, guaranteed. You're gonna have all the cover you need. As Nashi finds unseen on that south side, he gets his other one. But you know you could easily come in from that side. Now there's just a bevy of spots to be set up on defense on this west side. You can tuck in behind a variety of these crates. You can tuck in where Nep tucked in. You can hang out in the alleyway. You can hang out in the building. You can push forward, tuck in behind the doors. You can get into that building and continue your push. There's so many options that we've seen utilized on defense on that side, and it's you know, just that one little section is so much variety and strategy. It kind of exemplifies Q1 as a whole. Of just there's so many options.
Yeah, you're right. It's a microcosm example of the entire map. I love it. But yeah, Riot there. I mean, it looked like they had strength in the north and the south, and it just takes one defender in each case to completely shut that down. They had a 4-3 advantage, and Nepsi just able to poke out from the middle and shut down that south approach, unchallenged, completely unchallenged. He gets one kill, and there was no response. The second Riot player comes out straight into the bullets. Didn't even check that angle. So I don't know if he thought he was on the roof or thought he was safe to cross. I don't know. But one thing, so interestingly, that what we're talking about in the West Alley, I briefed my team yesterday. So look, when you're taking the West Alley, I don't ever want to see two of you in this area. There is no defense for the Marsoc. If you're pushing from the northwest and you get into that nebulous space where you're facing 4 boxes and a building with windows and stuff like that, you've got no defense. I don't ever want to see 2 people in this area.
Yeah.
Like, one of you can cover and try and get a refrag, but if I ever see 2 people actively in this zone, I expect you to be dead, and that's not what I want. That's not what I want to happen. Like, I expect you to not survive that situation.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see it.
It's I don't know if all the teams really put that much level of effort into their strategy sometimes, but I can assure you that the top 7, top 8 is definitely investing that much thought into every move they make, and it's
a lot of meta.
Yeah,
it's a lot of meta and a lot of headaches, because there's just for every angle you think there's another one that's just waiting to pounce on you.
Yeah, definitely seems to be the case, especially on Q1. That variety there, like we were talking about, but we're almost done here with Group A, and that's still a toss-up as to who's going to come out on top. Tomorrow is more Onward. Tomorrow is another group of Challenger Cup. It's more of this guessing game of who's going to come out on top. It's more of that volatility, and it's got some great teams. Animal House and some other powerhouses in that Group B. There's a lot to look forward to.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to cast tomorrow, but I very much look forward to watching every single one of the games that are streamed tomorrow. I'm going to be multicasted to the 5. I'm going to have red eyes by the end of it as I try and take in those 3 streams at once continually.
Yeah, we'll have some faces that we're playing today, casting tomorrow, so that'll be exciting to see. Maybe we can get some different perspectives from those guys, but I wonder what the holdup is here between rounds. A good bit of consideration in strategy.
I believe Riot lost a player who just reconnected. As we go into round 3, Riot trailing 2-0, but they're on the defense. They have a defense advantage and a hard objective to defend, if you ask me. This north objective, there's so many attack routes, especially with the west being what it is now. Because conversely, it's easy to defend from that direction, but it's also easier to attack from the south than it used to be. Let's see what Riot have got. They want to get a point on the board. That goes without saying, but moral, just for the morale of the team, it's so important to get that 1 point. Just to be like, right, okay, I know we haven't won today, but you don't want to lose the last match 4-0.
Seems to be some issues with Unseen. He can't move his character, and they did not reset.
Oh dear, that's not good. But you know what? It's oh, he's moving. He's alive. We have movement, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. I was going to say, they're about to be down 1 if he has to sit there in the open.
So a really nice approach from OJC here, and one I wouldn't have expected. Usually when I see teams getting a southmost spawn, I wouldn't expect to see a rotation of 4 of them going east. But that unexpected pivot from them might pay off because the defense is mostly centered in the west side of the map, the northwest side of the map.
You have to protect what you were saying earlier is a lot of options in terms of attacking angles, so trying to make sure that that doesn't end up happening. But at the same time, there is some new ones, some new angles to attack in from the east as well, where OJC is heading.
Yeah, but you look at Void 16 position on Cam 2, you can see that he's got a great line of sight on that new approach. He's got that locked in. Xandria in a good position to rotate near the objective as he dies. But Unseen getting the refrag instantaneously there from another great pivotal defense position, which allows you to both cover the west approach and the east.
Solid spot, also a bit of a risky one as you are kind of elevated. Minimal cover with those barrels.
Man, I can't even see his body.
Now Japan, CK, guy in the east. Slowly pushing up, and I don't feel like Riot have a clue that they're attacking from that direction. All the pressure has been coming from the east. Meanwhile, we've got this little ninja coming in from the west.
We'll see how silent he stays, because Reefer is dangerously close. He has his laser dialed in.
He hears him. And goes the stealth, but it pays off as it brings Riot down to 3 defenders. Sweet Bean rotating round. May catch Japan as he comes out into the alleyway, which he slows down as he makes the approach.
Eyes on from Sweet Bean on the roof. Certainly risky to cross this alleyway now after making his presence known.
CK. I'm just going to call him CK because I just realized they have JP
Correct.
or JPN at the end of all the freaking names. God.
It's better at the end than the front. Okay, that's what I always say.
Yeah, but they got it both sides, OJC and Japan. As we see Sweet Bean take down CK. Unseen. And Void still locking down the objective.
Ooh.
Sweet Bean refragged from an unexpected angle.
Yeah.
The motel paying off for Shinzu. As it leaves OJC down to 2 attackers, but Black could potentially wrap round and pick up CK.
We know he can do it easily, but he doesn't necessarily have that information.
No. So cap potential isn't very high at the moment, given Unseen and Void's positions. They are in great lockdown positions for the objective. However, the defensively quite limited. Void's position gives him good coverage of the northeast, but that is it. And Unseen's position gives him good coverage of the west and a bit of the southwest, but that is it. If anyone comes out from the strong west, they'll catch Unseen, and if anyone comes out from the north, from the south going north, they'll catch out both of the players. So a good cap stoppage, but
yeah,
coverage-wise, leaving a lot of holes in the defense. But with 30 seconds on the clock, I just realized there's only 30 seconds left, and Black and Shinzu are nowhere near the objective. 30-second bleep will go off in their ears, and it will force them to play sloppy and play over-aggressive. Meanwhile, if you're in Riot's shoes, you're expecting this attack from any angle. Where are they? How many are left? Where are they? Oh gosh, they must be somewhere near the cap. You know, that's where my head's usually at with 30 seconds panicking.
Crazy that Black still hasn't moved in here. Shinzu taking shots. Unseen finds Black. Trying to get Void down here, but can't get him in that gap. Void repeats. Crazy repeat there. Gets that kill.
Completely unnecessary as well. Completely with 5 seconds left on the clock. Unless he knew Unseen was alive next to him and they were against the last guy. Just a really overly risky pick. But it pays off. It pays off. As Riot get a point on the board.
Solid job to get one up there at the very least. Prevent OJC from running away with it. Now they do go on the offensive, and I would say this is, I don't know, a tough one to get a cap on unless you can get control of the north. then you can kind of get yourself up against the wall, maybe find an opportunity in a lack of coverage. But I don't. That objective is not really tucked in up against any walls like a lot of other ones are.
I think you called it. If you can get in the north and just creep up next to that wall, that's the potential for that cap. Or if someone is tucked, if the final defender or defenders are cupped behind that wall, being pinned, then somebody could just push up to the objective via the lorry and get a cap. But you're right, it's a very hard objective to cap compared to some of them on this map. It's hard to defend just because as a defender you have to be a lot in the open.
Yeah.
But cap wise, it's a hard one to cap equally.
Yeah. You know, a good attempt there out of OJC, but Riot ultimately holding it down and taking a quick gander at KD's Shinzu and Nep, both 4-1 and 4-2 apiece. Doing work to carry that squad a bit. Let's also take a quick look at the overall standings. If you're not already aware, ALG and Dead Logic 1 and 2 battling it out right now on Master League 1. If you haven't had your multi-stream up, I don't know what you've been doing this whole time. But go...
What's wrong with you?
I don't know if we can be friends anymore if you haven't been watching the multi.
You are off my Christmas card list. It's official.
You want that Christmas card. There's some scandalous images.
As we go into round 4, OJC on the defense on the objective that Riot held impressively there. So let's see if OJC can mirror Riot's defense and hold it. So now we're seeing a completely converse attack. So they had a northeast spawn, and I say they, I mean Riot. They have a northeast spawn, and they're doing the opposite of what OJC did, where they instead of doing a heavy east attack, they are rotating out and probably going to be looking for a middle/west approach. It's quite risky because OJC, if they can identify the spawn, means they can push out. And there comes a team kill straight away. Wow, that caught me off guard. I'm trying to find him. Yeah. CK finds Zandria.
He was crossing up to the north. He had pushed all the way in from that north side, pushed out the building, gone past the rocks, and he was nearly at where the offense was. So to Black's credit, he took shots where he thought the enemy would be, and turns out it was one of his friends. He then did get a kill right after, and so things are tied up 4-4.
Yeah, but I mean, Nep would have been a great position to take both Marsoc out. There's no way they would have expected a defender to be that pushed up. But c'est la vie. If you don't communicate with your team and your teammate doesn't realize the move you're making, that's the kind of thing that happens in a high pressure situation like any Onward match is. And that's the thing. I mean, I find that I delay my shots too much as I try and visually confirm is that friend or foe. I pull my shots far too often. I regret it far too often.
Well, I think the best way to combat that is just be very vigilant on your team awareness, especially now the shadows on Marsoc. If you're a Marsoc and you go into a dark room, you can really look like a Volk enemy. And so if you're not aware of where your team is at all times, then that's when that risk elevates. If you're like, okay, I'm checking my pad, there's someone. Granted, it can only take you so far, but you can get a better idea there by being constantly vigilant on that. And it's a debate for sure to be had there. And I think players often do debate.
I feel like I do feel like if Nep was making that aggressive a push that early on, he should have said something maybe. Like, I'm going to be pushing heavily east, like, just because it was a very unexpected move. And the tablet only tells you the direction of a friendly, not the distance. So. Yep.
Yeah, that should have been something that's either conveyed in pre-lobby or as you're running to it. Say, hey, look, I'm gonna go for this.
I'm appreciating what Reefer Manus is doing in the northeast. He's dragging attention. The rest of his teammates are slowly transitioning to the southwest. Meanwhile, he's on the opposite corner of the map trying to get attention to himself. Like, look over here. Don't forget about me. I don't know whether he's trying to get kills or just trying to...
Shinzu has pushed up here. He's challenging the 3 on this side. Down goes one. Sweet Bean gets scooped up, and it's a double for Shinzu. Unseen, the last one here in the west.
Oh, a grenade from beyond the grave taking down Shinzu.
Bit of Call of Duty martyrdom there.
Such a lame play. Ugh, martyrdom. Anyway, Wow, it's all on Unseen's shoulders, and what looked like a very promising attack was shut down by a single defender, tucked in exactly the right place at the right time.
The investment in the north also got picked up because they were trying to distract so heavily. It actually ends up resulting in a death. So yeah, with 2 down here on the west, there is only Unseen available to push in, and he just confirmed that kill with a loud ring of bullets. So information for OJC to work with.
Such unfortunate position to be in now. You got a minute left on the clock. You have no idea the number of enemies left because you don't know there was a team kill earlier, right? So you think there could be at least 4 enemies left, and you've got no time to play with, given his distance to the objective. So, like, this is the most unenviable position to be in as a Marsoc player in this game. 50 seconds left on the clock. Only knowing you've got 1 kill, knowing you're the only guy on your team, and having no intel, like absolutely 0 intel on the remaining enemy positions or disposition or number, should I say.
Unseen has charged in here from the west, has gotten behind the defense. One goes
Black is going to shut him
down.
down. Nashi or Black. Oh, and there's Black taking down Unseen.
Nashi almost drew Unseen's vision over to Black's position there, resulting in what could have been a double, but gets caught out. Good position there by Black. We talked about that spot earlier being powerful, and snags them a 3rd round.
OJC on the precipice of taking this. It won't make a difference in the long run, but it'll be good for them to finish on a win for their own sense. I guess sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, they are. You can come out of the Challenger Cup going, "Hey, look, we went up against these guys. We played against ALG, Dead Logic, and we stayed in it." You know, it's a testament to the improvement season by season, and you know, it's something that you work off of going into next season. You say, "Okay, we made it this far. Now that's a goal that we have to achieve at minimum. You know, we have to get higher than this next season, and it gives you a bar to try and achieve to."
Yeah, absolutely. Give yourself a benchmark. Aim for higher. Of course, I can't work for every team, because not every team can aim higher right now. You know, some teams have to lose, but so that can be equally. But listen, Onward, I really feel, for the most part, at least, you get out what you put in. That's for the most part. I have seen some teams scrimming all the time and somehow still not making the mark that they perhaps deserve, given the hard work that they put in. But at the same time, you see teams putting in the hard work. You look at Velociraptors, right? Look at them plowing out of the gate, and they've shot up the charts. I think we'll be seeing them play tomorrow, but you know, like teams like that where the hard work is paid off. Look at ALG, look at Dead Logic. The hard work is paying off. The scrims are paying off. The practice is paying off. They're beginning to threaten the established top teams.
Teams that we've seen vie for a top 10 position, like Mayhem, are now arguably the #1 ranked NA team. You know, there are these squads that have gone through this process that OJC and Riot are now feeling here, and have come out better after multiple seasons. So certainly encouragement, you know, if you're one of these teams, to think about the ability to improve and get better and compete for, again, what is a good chunk of prizing.
Absolutely. And it kind of gives you hope for what the next season will bring. You know, more improvements to 1.8. Hopefully more teams. We're seeing the team numbers grow considerably. Find some of them have disbanded at the end of the season, but I have no doubt we'll see more teams be created for the next season. And you know, that prize pool just keeps growing and growing and growing. And it's not the point. The prize pool isn't the point. Let's say the prize pool is just a nice kind of icing on the top of the cake to the competitive scene that you're playing. I don't play this game. Nobody plays this game for prizes. We play this game because there is nothing else like it, right? The adrenaline rush, the coordination. There's nothing like it. And you can't appreciate it until you've been in a league match against another team. You just can't appreciate that feel that you get from a game. Just when you communicate something with your hands or your voice and it pays off. It's just such a thrill, such a simple thing. You just can't get out of many other games. Simple joys. And also acing an enemy team is pretty good as well.
Yeah, feels pretty good.
So we filled in 2 minutes of dead air as OJC have slowly pushed up in the north, and no shots have rung out in the entire round. You see that OJC have got a good ownership of the north as CK puts out some distracting shots.
The first bullets of the round.
Yep. Xander getting picked up by Shinzu. Shinzu in a really unexpected position over here. On top of the walkway.
That had to have been planned. That had to have been CK pulling attention with that free fire on corners, trying to get somebody to peek out, and eventually they got exactly what they wanted, and Shinzu was just waiting for it. Now it's opened up for NightFiree to move in.
Yeah, but there's still Reefer and Sweetbean in unexpected defensive positions. Sweetbean might pick up Nashi Jam if he pushes out too far west, which it looks like he transfers inside. Oh no, he doesn't. Sweetbean gets an easy kill on there with NetNet hearing the shots, but how does he react? Where is Sweetbean? How can he possibly know? Yeah, Neb has no idea where Sweetbean's position is. Reefer finding CK. As I'm corrected. Nep finds Sweetbean that's slowly pushing up, just looking. Sweetbean not repositioning after his shots. Pays dearly for that. As it goes to 3-3 now.
Reefer's the only one on objective. Nep's here on top. Doesn't see Reefer beneath him. Maybe hears him.
Oh, he does. Oh, he's looking for that angle, but he can't see him. Oh, this is brilliant. Oh, he drops the grenade. It's a flash. Meanwhile, Unseen picks up Nep in a great position to get that cap and possibly put pressure on it, but his indecision punishes him now, as it's all down to the South team.
I think he was too high to drop there and not die. So he couldn't drop shot that. He couldn't find the angle, and ultimately he just ends up sitting up there completely exposed and eventually goes down. But now we're into a 2v2.
2v2, with Void able to call out intel from the gas station and only 40 seconds left on the clock. Once again, OJC find themselves in a situation where they run out of time and are nowhere near the objective, or running in out of time, and they go down to a 1 versus 2 now, as it's all on Shindu's shoulders.
Yeah, time running down. I think he realizes the mismanagement there. Riot should be able to snag a second round on the board.
Yeah, he's nowhere near the objective. All that Riot need to do now is just hide, and there it is. The time runs out. No pressure. Objective was relatively safe, as long as they had an accurate kill count, of course, which I assume they did. And again, that kill count makes such a difference in this game. I know you mentioned it earlier, but knowing there's only 1 enemy left or 2 enemies left and identifying the location of them means that, like in this situation, you can basically go, well, there's 5 seconds left on the clock and he's nowhere near the objective, so I can literally just sit on my bum right now and get a free win. Just saying.
Yeah.
Kill count. Kill count, kids. It makes a difference.
It's certainly does, and you know, again, we appreciate everyone. I don't think we've said it today, but a shout out to everyone that has been tuning in across the board, across multiple channels. If you've been watching here or on Master League 3 or on 1, we do appreciate you all tuning in, and make sure you hit that follow button. In particular, go over to Master League Onward_VRML and follow that, as well as VR Master League. We have multiple Twitch channels. We'll most likely be streaming some of the closed qualifier onto that VR Master League Twitch channel, as well as venues and some other platforms like YouTube and Facebook. So when it comes down time for that, be sure to keep an eye on where things will be going live and make sure you're following all of the correct spots.
By the way, venues is freaking awesome. Watching games in venues is so cool. Like, it's so crisp. Like, the screen is really, really fun to watch.
It is.
And like chatting to the other guys while you're watching it, it's really a fun experience. So if you have the opportunity, if you have a Quest or a Rift, make the most of it. Watch the next venue to games because they're fun and they're worth it, and gives you just being able to sit back and relax and just chat with your bros while you watch intense gaming in a game you might love on. Like, worth it. Do it.
Yeah. We'll see what happens here and what could be the final round of Group A for both of these teams. OJC just a round away from snagging this. Granted, this objective is, I don't know, capable, really.
Yes, yeah, it is capable. I have failed to cap on this objective many times, but it does not make it a not capable objective. I don't want to give too much away because
Yes,
I'm
you're
still a
playing.
competitive player. But there are, take for instance, Dead Logic did it to boss fight. Okay, they were on top of the plane. The final defender was near the objective. He had the objective locked down.
Yeah.
The attacker was on top of the plane, dropped a flash through the top of the plane, flashed the defender, and dropped with his tablet out and capped before the vision cleared. Just dropped from above and capped. Such an amazing play. And that's the kind of thing you can do with NetNet picking up unseen really early on. And Xandria. As Xandria stepped out for the refrag, Shinzu picking up Reefer Madness as it falls apart for Riot. Not a minute into the game and they're down to 2 players.
They're up here in the north now, which is getting reinforced by CK, pushing up to this roof. He may be able to threat Void, or at the very least Sweet Bean. Void taking shots now, and now NepNep's dialed in.
NepNep's dialed in on Void, which is give Sweet Bean potentially the opportunity to push up Japan. CK pulls back as a grenade finds where he was. NepNep now on a roll, takes down Sweet Bean.
Absolutely.
NepNep and Shinzu, 9 and 8 kills. Wow. And that's it. It's over. OJC closing out the final round on such an impressive defense. 2 of them able to shut down the entirety of Riot, it feel like. And just that north push utterly punished by OJC as they worked off the intel, flanked, cut down that push.
Yeah, it is a solid performance from them. We will be done here on this channel, but we're probably going to pass you off over to Master League 1, which is still live.
And can I tell you, it's still 2 points to 2 points.
Well, we're in the future.
Right now.
We're in the future, technically.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Now we're in the past. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Who knows where things are when we're done, but the game's still looking close to us.
Yeah, it's 12 minutes in the future you'll be hearing it when it actually happens. So yeah, I didn't think about that one. And on that note, thank you very much, NightFiree. You've been a pleasure to cast with today.
Oh yeah, a fun Challenger Cup Group A with your radar. Hopefully we can see you for those semis and for the close qual. I guess you'll be playing. So hopefully we don't see you. That's actually what I should be saying. Hopefully we don't see you casting and we see you instead playing in that closed and semis and finals.
Yep, it's over. Sorry, 12 minutes in the future, guys. I've just seen the final play out, so it doesn't make any difference. I'm not spoiling it because it would have already occurred. As you mentioned. Yeah. Sorry, I had to cut in because it was an intense ending. Anyway, catch the games tomorrow. As NightFiree was saying, they're going to be awesome. We've got some great teams playing, and then obviously we'll have the Challenger Group A final playing against the Challenger Group B final. For that 8th spot, which again will be an amazing match to watch in and of itself. Yeah, seems to be. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see who comes out of that Group B. We'll be talking all about it in the pre-show tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. PST. You're going to want to tune in, get a little info on all of the squads, who's playing, what's at stake, and then hang around for another exciting day of Challenger Cup finals. That is going to be it here from us. A very brief shout out to the bevy of sponsors that we have to the league. We've had ads playing consistently, so maybe we don't need to do this very much anymore as we kind of roll out that system more and more. A shout out to all of our sponsors: Pro2VR, VR Cover, HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion, Cyber Shoes. The list continues to grow and extend, and we appreciate all of those folks coming together to sponsor our league. That's going to be it from us here on Master League 1. We thank you all for hanging out, and obviously tune in tomorrow for more action. My name has been NightFiree, my co-caster Radarhead. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.